Hey Tim, how are
Hey
you?
Jerry, I'm doing well. How are you?
It's a little insane out here with KubeCon happening right down the street.
Oh, cool. KubeCon. The conference has been a
Yeah,
distant topic, yeah, for the
they
years.
say there are 7,500 people attending in person.
Cool.
So yeah, and then a bunch of friends are in town, so I started receiving people on Saturday. Um, I started making this document for ignore TripAdvisor. These are the places you should go eat and stuff like that. So but it's nice. It's good to be the host for like once in my life.
For you, I rely on TripAdvisor for anywhere I'm not familiar with. So good,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
I mean it's pretty good. But for people that ask for like really local stuff, it's like here's a list of places I go to.
yeah.
Your mileage may vary, but so no, but it's good. It's good. Lots of people in town.
Yeah, I guess TripAdvisor is good for a typical tourism, very typical interest of tourists in a
Yeah,
certain
I mean
city.
it's kind of the majority rules, right? So
Yeah,
wherever everybody goes, and they do have some really good places in there. But a few friends asked for local stuff, no tourist stuff. So
I like to go to local stuff, and when I tour around the cities I'm not living in. I usually go to the farmers markets or find out those kind of markets somewhere that
yeah,
locals go
yeah,
shopping.
I love farmers markets or markets in general. They're always fun.
yeah. Now I was just telling Tim that KubeCon is going on at the moment, like 4 blocks from my house. So it's a little busy.
You're just always in the center of it, Jerry.
No, this is the first ever no. This is the first ever conference where I'm hosting people as opposed to flying places. So it's a new experience.
Hey everyone, shall we get started? Looks like we're already recording. I have the first item. As we enter the phase 7 rollout, Fabian has begun posting a daily async update in the epic that I linked, so thank you so much for doing that. I pasted a quick summary of the latest update down in item number 2, so we can talk about that when we get there. See nothing for 1B, 1C. Gregors, are you here?
Yeah, thanks. Hello, everyone. So I wanted to share with you the merge request in which we try to describe our strategy for CI/CD data partitioning. We soon plan to start implementing it. So before we actually start, I wanted to share the strategy description in a merge request. Just for your awareness, so that it's related to database scalability. So I thought it might be a good idea to share this in this meeting. If you have feedback, feel free to comment on that merge request. And thank you in advance.
Cool. That looks very substantive. I'll give it a read.
I would appreciate that. Thank you, Fabian.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. I also took a quick read through it and it was very thorough. So looking forward to digging into it some more. Cool. All right, going on to number 2, rollout progress. I don't think we have any confidence level changes. Yeah, does anyone think otherwise? All right, cool. And then item 2B. So from the latest update, we have the dry run on staging scheduled for tomorrow, the 17th at midnight UTC. Yeah, anyone want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I can give it a quick spin. This is very exciting. This is essentially the first time that we will dry run all of the different bits and pieces. The rollout itself is pretty boring. It takes downtime. It builds on other Ansible scripts that we had already for our database upgrades and whatnot. So we're not going to make any lasting changes, but it will give us a good understanding of if this makes logical sense, if the bits that don't change configuration are sensible. And I'm very excited that the team pulled together to get it done by that time. So we'll see more.
Did you say it takes downtime or it takes no downtime, Fabian?
It does take downtime. So this is on staging, mind you, right? So we are going to take probably an hour of downtime. This is also something that we need to learn now. How long does the execution actually take? But the execution of the CI decomposition in staging and in production is going to take downtime, similar to how it did for database upgrades, because that reduces the overall complexity of the process. Even though we've also had some amazing feedback from Nikolai, and I think there are some improvements in the future. But for now, I think we're going to stick to that.
So you said we'll generate an estimate of production downtime requirements for a future rollout from this exercise.
Correct.
Cool. And I saw that bullet C is Steve or Ken. Is there any? It seems like half a bullet, and neither are here. What was the intent with C? Are they the DRI or?
Yeah, I think it's just a standing item from the template above for any infrastructure updates, but I think that's been pretty empty recently because we also have the weekly decomposition stakeholders stand up on Wednesdays, so they've been attending those more frequently. I've just been leaving it here in case there's anything from that end, but yeah, it hasn't been there haven't been too many updates the last couple weeks for this agenda. All right, go into the progress charts. Yeah, I pasted the updated charts. There were a couple issues added, but those all look to be related to the phase 7 rollout. So I think even though we saw a slight bump there, I think looks like things are still on schedule. It's just a result of some additional issues being created as we move towards phase 7 execution. All right, looks like we don't have anything in items 4 and 5. And Fabian, looks like you have.
Yeah, no, this is just another reminder that now that we are entering a phase where we are actually starting to roll out these changes in staging and in production, I thought it would be very useful to provide more updates on a regular cadence for the stakeholders that are involved, because there's more coordination required. But I want to do this as asynchronously as possible. So I'll get them daily. We can connect weekly on this. But the last async update is always linked in this subsection, so you can bookmark it and read it in your own time and ask questions. Eric, I hope that's also a low-key way for you to understand where we are at. So feedback is welcome.
I'll check it out. Thanks.
Yeah, that's it. So far, there's also no, we're at the beginning of our plan, so I can confidently say that we're doing okay for now. When we're deeper in, that may change, but I'm excited for the dry run and see what happens.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for the updates. I think it's a good sign that we've hit our first milestone of scheduling the dry run when we expected to. So that's it sounds like we're off to a good start.
The automation for the dry run, what other contexts have we run that in? Like locally, other pre-production environments? I think only in the benchmarking environment, which mirrors production.
Okay, but we're confident that we've had, it's been a while, but we've had cases where automation touched environments we weren't expecting it to, because the first time we ran it too, like made assumptions about machine names and stuff like that. We're confident this won't accidentally do something in production or another environment.
Yeah, that hasn't happened in a long time, but yes, we are, because the hosts are actually hard-coded in the Ansible manifest.
Okay.
So we're not globbing or doing any of this funky stuff.
Cool, thanks.
And also the dry run is stopping and starting services. It's not reconfiguring and changing configuration. It's more like ensuring that hosts are correct and commands to manage these hosts are correct. But we don't actually change any configuration. It's more to get a general sentiment about steps, the length of these steps, and that's it.
Does the automation perform the checks to make sure that each step was successful, or are those manual in a runbook?
It does perform checks.
Cool. We've come a long way. That's great.
We are planning. We are actually planning, maybe if we get a cluster next week, to do a rollback. So this is when we make changes.
Yeah, I can summarize this for you on a high level, Eric. Sort of the main milestones are also linked in that epic, but the general process will be, we'll have the dry run on staging, we'll make any adjustments based on our learnings. Then we do a second run on staging, where we are going to attempt the actual decomposition failover, followed by the rollback into the previous state, which is important. We can't do that on production. That should give us confidence that our rollbacks also work. We may also have the ability to try all of that on sort of a production-like database environment that Jose has created. On top of that, only after all of that is fine, we're going to actually execute the decomposition in staging, which then results in staging being decomposed. We have some time to learn and monitor what's going on. And then after that, we're going to make a proposal for production. I've scheduled it in to lay out in detail to you and Sid and Jerry and other leadership members sort of what the specific risk profile of that is in production, so you can actually approve it and say, yes, that sounds good. And then only after that, we're going to execute it in production, which right now is scheduled for the end of June, with a couple of weeks, like in buffer that could be delayed, let's say. But that's kind of the process. So we're taking it step by step, trying to learn along the way and gaining more confidence.
Sounds great. Only the paranoid survive.
Yeah.
And also to add one more thing, prior to this, we will be running a decomposed QA job, packaging QA, so that before it hits staging, we can have all of our end-to-end tests executed and see how they're looking for. That work is happening like today and tomorrow. So we will have those end-to-end test results as well.
Cool.
Yeah. It's looking like it's happening eventually. So we're excited.
Awesome. All right, looks like we're at the end of the agenda. Thanks, everyone. Good day.